Anger on their minds. NBC News poll finds sky-high interest and polarization ahead of midterms. "80% of Democrats and Republicans believe the political opposition poses a threat that, if not stopped, will destroy America as we know it." Less than 3 weeks before Election Day, voter interest has reached an all-time high for a midterm election, with a majority of registered voters saying this election is more important to them than past midterms. What's more, this is the number that I need you to really try to wrap your head around. 80% of Democrats and Republicans believe the political opposition poses a threat that, if not stopped, will destroy America as we know it. And 2/3 of reliable Democratic and Republican voters say they'd still support their party's political candidate even if that person had a moral failing that wasn't consistent with their own values. Those are some of the major findings in a new national NBC News poll, which shows a competitive contest for November and offers positive signs for both parties. On positive signs for both parties. I don't even know what that means, right? But on Democrats' side, President Joe Biden's approval rating remains steady at 45%, blah, blah, blah. Congressional preference continues to be relatively even, with 47% of registered voters preferring Democrats to control Congress versus 46% who want Republicans in charge. And threats to democracy are voters' number one issue for the third straight NBC News poll. For Republicans, the positive signs are that Biden's approval rating among independent swing state voters is in the 30s and low 40s. That the GOP once again holds the enthusiasm advantage, and that Republicans lead in congressional preference among a smaller set of likely voters, 48 to 47, although that's well within the survey's margin of error. Yet beyond the horse race numbers and the high interest in the election, what stands out as the poll is the bipartisan anger among Democrats and Republicans. Quote, "Tell Biden to resign!" A male Republican respondent from Missouri said, "Save this country!" Said a female Republican from New York State. "Democracy is in jeopardy," said a male Democrat from Massachusetts. "Don't mess with reproductive rights," said a female Democrat from California. Democratic pollster Jeff who conducted the survey with Republican said, "We know that many voters will be casting ballots with anger on their minds. We just don't know which side will be angrier." According to the poll, 47% of registered voters say they prefer Democrats to control. We already know that. What the fuck? Anyway. Think about this. I want to analyze this 80% number that they're talking about here. Like the one about the anger, right? Why are Democrats angry? Why are Republicans angry? Democrats are angry because Republicans want to take away people's right to health care. If you have a uterus, you do not have the same access to health care that someone without a uterus has. You just don't. This is an apartheid system that they want to create, where anyone with certain body parts and organs is at a lower rung of the ladder. They don't want you to have rights. They don't. They don't want you to be able to see a doctor. The same thing if you're gay or trans. They don't want you to see a doctor. If you're trans, several states are banning you from seeing a doctor. If you're under 18, you will go to jail. Your parents will go to jail. If you go to see a doctor, if you're under 18 years old. If your parents want to take you to a doctor, they will go to jail in many states in this country. A doctor. Your right to go to a doctor. I should say this. Your right to fork out excessive amounts of money that you don't have to go see a doctor, because we live in a for-profit healthcare system. That is what Republicans don't want you to have. They don't want you to go to a doctor. They want you to die. in a literal sense. Die or be a slave to their system. They want you to pop out babies till the cows come home, right? Hopefully white babies, right? In their ideal, according to Amy Coney Barrett, right? Now, again, why are Republicans angry? Republicans are angry because parents are taking transgender children to the doctor. That's why Republicans are angry. Because parents decided to take their child, not your child. That's not your child. That's their child. Parents decided to take their own child to a doctor. That's why Republicans are angry. Republicans are angry because Democrats support teaching kids history. Republicans are angry because Democrats support funding education. Republicans are angry because Democrats want to give people access to a wider array of social welfare programs. Now, again, there's so many conspiracies in the right-wing world. Like one of the most nefarious is that all transgender healthcare is like based on like sending children to like factories where they harvest their body parts and shit. A good amount of Republicans believe that. A good amount of Democrats believe that too, right? So we got some really pervasive right-wing fucking fairy tale bullshit going on in this country. But at the end of the day, think about why these people are angry. One side is angry because the other side is taking their rights away. The other side is angry because of magical fairy tale garbage that doesn't exist in the real world. So, what could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? That combined with Donald Trump saying he wants to, combat elections in the midterms. Again, Democrats and Republicans pretty much dead even in most polls of of the generic congressional ballot, pretty much even as hell. And Donald Trump's plan is, if it's close, they're going to try to steal the election. So, hey, I don't want to sit here and tell you that you're fucked or that we're fucked. And again, just to be clear, not in the good dick way. We are not being fucked in the good dick way. Republicans don't want that to happen. They want to ban condoms. The Republican Party wants to ban condoms. Think about this. Think about it. The Republican majority on the Supreme Court has signaled, many of them, Alito, Thomas, Barrett, Kavanaugh, they have signaled that they want to ban condoms in this country. They want to ban all forms of contraception in this country. What? They want to ban oral sex. Clarence Thomas has signaled, he wrote a brief on this, an official Supreme Court brief on this, that he wants to ban, or at least he is quote unquote thinking about wanting to ban oral sex in this country. That's crazy. These people are crazy. I need you to understand how crazy these motherfuckers are. And again, they've all been manipulated and brainwashed into thinking that we're the crazy ones. People that just want to have blowjobs are crazy, apparently. People that want to wear a condom are crazy. People that don't want to be saddled with a child because they got raped when they're 14 years old are crazy in these people's minds. People that want to go to a doctor are crazy. So, I don't know, man. One side's not like the other. That I can tell you for a fact. But also what I can tell you for a fact is that we're fucked. And once again, not in the good dick way.